How do you stay motivated as an indie filmmaker? The first thing to say is, don't give up. You are unique and your voice is unique. And we want to hear it. And if you give up, and it's not an easy path as an indie filmmaker, but if you give up, we never get to hear your voice. And you could have brilliant things to say, brilliant things to show us. So whatever you do, if you really feel it's part of you, it's you, it's something you have to do, do it, no matter what. Even if you can only do a little bit here and there, then do that until the situation changes. And with technology today, you can do that pretty easily. So don't give up, first and foremost. If it does feel like you're getting overwhelmed, or you're not getting anywhere, or it's just all a bit too hard, take a break. Do something else for a while. It's easy to slip into a do it 24/7 mindset, which can really drain you. So make sure you take some time away to do something else. And that will refresh you anyway. And when you come back to it, you'll have a little bit of an extra spring in your step. And you would have experienced other things in life which will feed into your filmmaking by taking that break. So don't beat yourself up. Yes, it's really, really competitive, but you want to show the best of you that you can. I know in the past I've rushed into things through impatience, and it hasn't always turned out the way I would like. And that's been very polite for some of them. So, take your time, do it your way. And if you need to take a break, do it. Go watch movies, go watch, YouTube channels. Even if you can't physically do anything, learn something on YouTube about filmmaking that you're not great at, or, watch some classes, or watch a movie and see how they do it. There's lots of other things you can do if, for whatever reason, you can't practically make films right at this moment. So, if you have very little time, what do? Well, you do what you can. You could, you've got a phone, you could go scout some possible filming locations. If you want to film a scene in a cafe, go have lunch there one day and pull your phone out and take some shots. Even if it's not the actual cafe, if it's similar, you've got something to work with creatively. You can get ideas, you can think, I'd like to shoot in a cafe like this, but I would do this and this and this differently. Things like that. Write a few pages of a script. You don't have to sit down and write the whole thing. Set yourself a target of writing 5 pages a week, or 10 pages a week, or a day, or whatever. It doesn't matter. Just do a bit. And the thing with doing a bit is that it also gives you time to analyze what you've done, whether it's, say, thoughts on that cafe for filming, or what you're writing in your script. It gives you time, which allows you to think longer and deeper about the story. So you may realize that maybe that cafe is completely inappropriate, or what you've written doesn't really work. So having that extended time can also be a great benefit to fine-tune your idea and your script and your technique, so that by the time you do get to do something, you're in a much better place. So look at it as a positive. I know it can seem really hard to do that, but look at it as a positive. And for God's sake, don't beat yourself up. I mean, it's a really, really tough industry. You don't need to be beating yourself up, because there's lots of other things that are going to come at you that are going to make it seem like a real struggle. So you don't want to be one of those things yourself. So cut yourself a lot of slack and allow yourself to do stupid stuff, have crazy ideas, make a film which is just a disaster. It's all okay. It's all a stepping stone. I hate using the word process, but it is all a process, and it's just a step along the way. And it's not usually a 1 step, 2 step, 3 step. It's usually a 2 steps up, 1 down, 1 up, 2 down. It's not a smooth road. So get off your own back and allow yourself to be as terrible as you will be at times. I am terrible at times, but you've got to allow yourself to do that. I mean, in the moment, you don't feel great, of course, but you've got to be able to take a step back and think, okay, I didn't do that very well, or I completely screwed up there, or I didn't handle that situation great. And I've done all that. And at the time you feel terrible, but it's a lesson. Everything's a lesson. So be kind to yourself. It'll help you. And if you don't know how to be kind to yourself, ask people around you. Ask your friends, your family, your loved ones, because they will help you. They want you to be kind to yourself. So if you're struggling to find that path, ask someone. And don't take things, and associated with that, don't take things personally when you get negative feedback. Again, it can be difficult because you put your heart and soul into something and everyone says it's a pile of crap. That's tough to take. But look at it all like sort of like a lifelong lesson, and you're going to fail an exam here and there to get to the goal of getting your degree, using that analogy. So yes, when something turns out terribly, it hurts, but you've got to be able to shake that off. You've got to be able to find a way to step beyond it. And not only that, to look back and go, okay, yep, they were right. This wasn't great, but what can I learn from that? And if you have that mindset, whether the feedback is good or bad, what can I learn from that? I think that will stand you in good stead for filmmaking and everything in life, really. So, because everything is a lesson. Find out what you can learn. And the last thing I've written down, there's a million things I could talk about, but excuse me, I go off on tangents enough already. Be ready to pivot. So the reason I seem to be working on lots of different projects at the same time is because you never know where the spark to kick that project into life is going to come from. And if you just focus on one thing, you could be disappointed, and that can be very negative for your motivation and your self-esteem, and you don't want that. You want to have lots of projects, even if they're just thoughts in the back of your mind. Every indie filmmaker I know has lots of ideas for different projects, and you've got to be that way. That's why I'm working on lots of scripts, because in a perfect world, I've got a list, I've got an order of all my scripts that in a perfect world I would make them with one leading to the other and a natural progression and working with different people in this project to see how to be working with them in another project. I've got the perfect plan on a note on my computer. Of course I do. And I also know that it's extremely unlikely that will happen that way. So I have all the projects and I'm working on them because I don't know which one will kick into life. And if I have one, what if it's the last one? You know, if I had 10, if the one I really want to do is the 10th, then, you know, I've got 9 other things to work on. But if all I've got is that one, the truth of indie filmmaking is you may never get to it. So don't just put all your eggs in one basket. You've got lots of ideas. Work on those ideas. Work on those scripts. Think about those sets. Think about actors you'd like to work with. Think about design. Think about color. Think about sound, music. There's so much to think about in each idea that you can get ready, be ready, have lots of things ready that just take a little bit of oomph to get going. And that may be that, you know, you bump into someone who likes film and they'll give you £1,000 to make that short film because they like film, and the idea of being executive producer on that film is something they love. You know, and if you can get them in as a small part as well, great, you know, even as an extra, a supporting artist. Also, doing that may make you visible to someone else who may want to help you with one of your bigger projects. So you just never know. And you might be able to run a crowdfunding campaign for a few grand to get another short film. And all of these little things you do will be stepping stones to bigger projects, because every indie filmmaker wants to make indie feature films. I haven't met any that don't. But it's getting there, because making feature films, even with no money, takes a lot of money. Just to feed and water people and transport and things like that. So do the little things you can do whatever you can do, but keep going. I want to see what you can do. Everyone out there wants to be surprised by what you can do, wants to be entertained by what you can do, and no one else can do what you do. Thanks for watching. It'd be great if you could like, subscribe, and leave a comment. I'd love to hear what you think. And if you'd like to support me further, you can buy me a coffee. There's a link in the description below. I hope to see you in the next one.